what it was like filming for my primitive street part. The street part I'm talking about is in a full-length video called Pain is Beauty. That video went crazy. It went dummy. I think it was even on a random channel, like it was uploaded on a random YouTube channel. I don't know who did it, and it got over 1 million views off of a random channel. But there was skaters like P-Rod in it, Nick Tucker, Carlos Vega, which I shared a part with him, which I'm gonna speak on how me sharing a part with him motivated me to even go harder. We're gonna talk about that in this video. And a lot of other skaters were in there. We had guest writers like Tori Powell in there, and it was just going crazy. But that was a dream come true, especially because I was like booted out of the Future Nature video on Element, and that was like something I was hyped to be on as a full-length video from a actual legit company I wanted to be a part of. And I got a second chance by being in the primitive Pain is Beauty video. And bro, I went in. When I say I went in, I treated it like it was nothing else, that nothing else mattered, bro. I was like, I'm focusing on this. I don't care what happened. I'm trying to talk in the car, so if it's a little windy, I apologize, but it's not too bad. But yeah, so where do I even start? I remember when they announced that we're gonna do a full-length video and all of us need to start getting clips. They didn't really give us like a structure. They just told us like, okay, Lamont, you get clips, blah, 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 you get clips, and whatever happens, happens. Then eventually they told me, oh, you're gonna share a part with Carlos Vega. Now, Carlos Vega is a freaking amazing skater. This dude is insane. I remember talking to him on a bus one time. I think we were coming back from school because we went to like an independent studies type of school for skateboarders and stuff like that. I was like, how long you been skating? And he told me like 2 years or something. And this dude was already like better than me at most obstacles, like stairs, rails, and all that. And I've been skating a lot longer. And that always stuck to my head. I was like, this dude is insane, bro. What the fuck? So, and this is time way after he told me that. So he was even more beast. So when I found out I had a part with him, and he was like a regular skater I was skating with a lot because I was with Nigel Alexander on his channel. And we got a lot of clips together, me and Carlos on Nigel's channel, so I knew how beast he was. But when I was skating when I knew I was having a street part, sharing one with him, I was like, man, I want the ender. And then he was like, I want the ender. So we're now doing tricks that every trick we're trying to get is an ender and try to make it so we could be the last one to have the trick in the part. So the way I started skating, man, I'm filming with Devontae Jolly mainly at the time, Nigel Alexander, and Eddie Gary and a few other homies, Wes. So I'm filming for this part. I'm on like, how can I say this without being corny? I'm on like Karate Kid mode. I'm focused, nigga. Like, I'm like, nothing fucking matters. I remember specifically that I was so motivated to do this part that I rolled my ankle trying to do a tray flip on flat. Yeah, tray flip on flat. I don't know how the hell that happened. Rolled my ankle bad. So I'm like, damn, I can't film off of a tray flip on flat. Forced it. I skated with a rolled ankle, a sprained ankle. Then I rolled my other ankle days later. So now I have 2 sprained ankles. And I remember still skating with 2 sprained ankles. And they're like sprained for real. And I still get a clip. I did a fakie hard flip switch manual down the manual pad. And they didn't even use that clip, first of all. But I'm like stacking clips no matter how hurt I am. But that adrenaline and that just like hunger for when I have a good part in this primitive video, I didn't give a fuck about the pain or anything like that, which is kind of ironic that it's called Pain is Beauty. Bro, I was doing tricks that I've never done before in my life. Like, we'll just end up at street spots, and then I'll just end up doing stuff that was like, I've never even tried before. I remember we went with the primitive team to the Torrance Butterbench ledges, and it was with the whole team pretty much. And I was like, man, I gotta go in, bro. I did a line, I think it was kick with back tail first, or half cab nose 270, one of those. But the last trick I did in this line was insane. It was a fakie flip front crook. I've never did that in my life, ever. I've never fakie flip front crook onto anything. And I did that pretty clean, and I was hyped. But it's crazy how, like, being with the team and just being motivated for this full length could bring like a random ass trick like that out of you without any practice. Another trick like that was what was another trick like that? Oh yeah, fakie hill flip off of a 9 stair. Is it a 9 or an 8? 8 or 9, but it's a big 8 if it's not a 9 stair. I've never fakie hill flipped off anything too. I swear, ever. And I was just trying it, did it because I knew I needed some new tricks, something different. And fakie hill flips off of stuff is crazy. That's one of those like simple, difficult tricks. And then frontside flip off the Morningside 12. And that's the 12 stair I always looked up to when I was little. It was like, a few blocks away from my house, so we always looked up to that. I don't frontside flip no more. I tell you guys all the time. Frontside flip has always been a scary trick for me ever since I messed up my ankle off that when I was younger. So I wasn't practicing that trick. I was still scared of it. And I just brought that out of nowhere and frontside flipped the damn 12 stair. I mean, that's 12 ain't like the biggest 12, but it's a fucking 12 stair. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that like when you're motivated and you're hyped up and you have a goal for something, which is a full-length video and having a good part in that, and what that could bring out of you. What filming for this part really taught me is not every clip, just because you do it and it's a hard clip and it took you forever, is usable for a legit full-length video. And that was hard to like pause, swallow, and get over because I was getting some crazy clips that were never used. And I'm going to show you those right now. Those clips to me are still good, but there was reasons like, for example, the one where I'm wearing sunglasses and do a fakey flip crook. I remember them telling me like, why are you wearing all that? Why are you looking like that? And I get it now. I look kind of crazy in that. And all that matters like style, speed, even though I skate slow as hell right now. The way you dress, like I get that to a certain extent. And that molded me into like understanding that a street part is art, you feel me? It's like an album when you do music and stuff. Like, you really got to put some time and effort into it and not just count everything. Like, you're creating a masterpiece. And that's my first time really understanding that. Even though I did street parts before, but this was like really like, no, you're doing it for a company. And, bro, that shit was great. Let me tell you guys about the premiere. So I think I was like 18, 19 at the time when we had this premiere. And they told me the premiere is going to be at a legit movie theater. Like a legit theater. Which was insane to me. Seeing me skating at a legit theater, bro, I almost cried. We went there, and I just remember sitting in, like, almost the front row, and it's just me, my dumbass ex, and then a bunch of, like, skaters I used to look up to, and P-Rod in the middle of the aisle and all that. I'm just looking like, man, I'm proud of myself. My people came. They're sitting over there watching, congratulating me. It was an amazing moment, and the feeling that I got, I would never forget that feeling. It was just like so inspiring and a sense of like satisfaction and accomplishments along with being more inspired and motivated. And after the premiere, I remember, which we speak about this in a podcast I did with Marcos recently, that's going to come out soon. We talk about it. He asked me, he was there, he was like, so what you doing? You coming to the club afterwards? First of all, I couldn't get into the club. I was too young. And I was like, no, I'm about to go film somewhere. What the fuck? While y'all turning up, I'm about to try to stack some more motherfucking clips. I'm not trying, like, I'm trying to be up in there, turn up with y'all because I'm pro. I'm not pro yet. I'm grateful to have this, you know, part in here, but damn, I got a lot more work to do. I just always thought like that. What was great about Primitive, they provided everything we needed to get a part done, meaning, you know, the clothing. They started making boards at the time, but it wasn't like Primitive skateboards. So it was just like boards just to make it. If we needed boards, we had that. Um, they provided the filmers and everything. Like I had my own filmers and stuff, but they were hooking them up to make sure like, no, you part of this. You're filming Lamont and boom, boom, boom. We're gonna make sure your filmers are cool. And they hooked them up with a lot of merch and just connections and stuff like that too. And then it was just great. You know what I mean. It was really moving professional in my eyes, and I never experienced something like that when it came to some skateboarding shit. But what do I regret from this? I only regret one main thing. The main thing I regret is I remember I went to go film a laser flip off the Lennox 12, which I think Mickey Papa switched trade at, which is crazy. Damn, it's windy. I'm not gonna keep you guys for too much longer, but I almost got a laser flip off that 12, and I randomly just said, nah, I'm done. I gave up. Bro, if I would have got that clip, I would have for sure got the ender. Because Carlos Vega got the clip and shit. I always get them two niggas confused. If I would have landed that laser flip, that would have for sure got the ender. It's one of my biggest regrets. But hey, shit happens for a reason sometimes. 111, I appreciate you guys. If y'all want me to talk about anything else, y'all comment below. These are fun. Again, I'm gonna keep doing these, and I'm gonna still keep skating in these vlogs and stuff. But I love doing the talking videos, and you know, really getting a connection with you guys. I see the comments, I read the comments, and I appreciate y'all. 111. I'll see you guys in the next video.